Was it? All right, what's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? That was a weird, awkward sound to open it up the friggin' thing for it, but I don't give a shit rat's ass. But anyways, you all know me. I'm your big fat Canadian fuck-dirty boy, Bearhugger29, and welcome to the second episode of the Nintendo-Holics podcast. As you guys can see, we got quite a bit of people on the panel today. So we'll do the intros, and then we'll break down what we're going to be talking about, and then take it from there. So we'll start all the way on my screen anyways to the far left. So Alex, go ahead.
Hey everyone, Active Sin here, and it's glad to be on episode 2 of Nintendo-Holics. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We got a full cast. Let's get going.
All right, and then we have my good buddy Aaron, a.k.a. the same person as me.
Ow. What up?
Right on. All right, then we have Deku.
Okay, what's going on?
Excellent. Okay, and then followed by that, we got Coupon Strives, the gaming diva.
Hello, Coupon Strives, the gaming diva. Let's do this.
And Nia, a new person to our podcast. Hopefully we'll have more of her in the future, but welcome aboard. Glad you actually are here to attend this one.
Thank you guys so much for inviting me. What's up, everybody?
All right, and then we have Robert. I'm not sure exactly what your name is on your username is, but I have to go by your real name.
Yeah, it's pretty much just my real name. But what's up? I'm Rob. I run the channel Rule of Two Review, and I'm stoked to be on. Thanks to Alex for inviting me, and stoked to be on number 2. So let's do it.
Excellent. And then, of course, we also have Retro.
Hey guys, it's Retro Video Game Nerds. Thanks for having me on today.
Excellent. All right, so the topics we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually tackle today. We're going to be talking about the we're going to get quick impressions of the awards. I know for those of you who tuned in last night, you've heard mine and you heard Coupons, so we're going to stay out of this one, but we'll let everybody else do their impressions real quick on the award ceremony that happened back on Friday, I think it was. And then we'll do the Zelda impressions with everybody else except for me and Coupon, unless we want to add something that we didn't say yesterday. Same goes with Captain Toad, and then we'll move on to some other jazz stuff. So first off, let's go ahead and we'll talk about the Game Awards. So Alex, we'll start with you and work our way down.
Okay, so Game Awards. Overall impression was, it was alright. It was a huge improvement over last year, but really, that's not saying much. There was a little too much filler for my liking. There was a lot of musical performances which were kind of random, and then the Game Boy guy who was kind of a DJ, I guess.
Oh, man.
That guy, every time I saw that dude, awesome. I was laughing my ass off. That shit was hilarious. The actual way they gave out the awards to me was bizarre, because like one award they would go up to the front and get an award, but then some awards they just kind of hand them off to the side. There was no consistency, which I thought was really weird. And then all the pushing of games that are on sale through Steam was kind of random as well. Although I'm very happy I didn't have to see anybody like eating Doritos and chugging down Mountain Dew. That was nice.
We were already doing that in the background, dude.
Yeah. But as far as like the actual awards go, Nintendo pretty much cleaned house everywhere where it counts for the most part. They got Developer of the Year. Side note, though, that's the one that really pissed me off because they just got it. They kind of handed it off to Reggie on the side, like, "Here, take this. We don't want to."
Oh man.
That was
He
like
did get to talk though, which I thought was cool.
I know, but I'm saying I wanted him to go up to the front.
I totally
after they announce all the developers and be like, "Nintendo wins," and Reggie goes up to the front, then he says his shit. But no, they kind of like gave him the award, and then like, "Here, Nintendo win, Developer of the Year," and then they kind of that's how it was. That's how it was to me anyway.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of threw that under the rug, and whatever. Reggie got to say his piece, and then Nintendo won Best Fighter of the Year because you're not gonna mess with Smash Brothers. And then they won Best Racing Sports Game because you can't mess with Mario Kart. Those ones were, you just can't beat them. And then there's the whole kind of controversy thing about Bayonetta not winning, and then one of the judges being an anti-Bayonetta person. And it's just like whatever. They can't win all of them, I guess. I'm over it, but they won the ones that counted. So overall, though, good show. I hope they keep doing it this way, but just kind of cut down the time frame because 3 hours is too long.
I definitely agree with you on that. All right, so Aaron, what's your impressions of it so far from what you saw on Friday?
Well, it was all right, I guess. I like King Quest. That looks like it's so-so, you know.
Oh yeah, that game's gonna be the shit.
It was nothing that really.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, King Quest looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Well, like Nintendo did good. Like I don't like the way they had pushed them off to the side with the Game of the Year thing, but the Game Developer thing. But it was, like I said, It was like so-so. It wasn't nothing to like brag about. Better than last time, yeah, but last time sucked. I wasn't like impressed really by it, to be honest with you.
All right, Deku, give your impressions on because you were in with me and Coupon during the live thing, which I removed off my channel for obvious reasons. But give us your quick little rundown, real quick.
Better than last year.
Yeah,
Kind of pissed off
better than last year,
yeah, kind of pissed off they were pushed to the side for a lot of their awards. The music was kind of a little bit too much, random sometimes, like Alex said, and the Game Boy guy pissed me off too.
I'm always falling back on that Game Boy DJ.
Yeah. Game Boy guy is killing it right now.
But, like the fucking highlight of the show. Fuck everything else.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, everything else pretty good, and of course Zelda. For me, because like we had the discussion before it started, like, are they going to show Zelda? And we were like, no, this is never going to happen. And when it happened, yeah, I was happy.
Yeah, like I remember you were mentioning you thought maybe they should show Metro, and I was like, you think they're going to waste one of their main games on this show? And then they brought out Zelda, and I just had to shut up at that point.
Casey got exposed.
Yeah.
All right, so Nia, go ahead and share your thoughts on what you saw on Friday.
Oh man, well, let's see. Well, I'm gonna have to agree with everybody else. I mean, it's obviously much better than last year. I didn't stop watching the show feeling insulted for one. Because last year they insulted the hell out of gamers. Like it was just really unprofessional, I think. But I at least give Jeff props for trying to class up the awards a little bit. There were like everybody's saying, there was just too much filler. Like the transitions could have been a lot better. The way that they handed out awards could have been a little bit more organized because, like y'all said, some of them were given off to the side, some of them were given up on stage. And I was kind of puzzled, like, why wouldn't they have Developer of the Year on stage and Trending Gamer to the side? Because that seems like the lesser award to me.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, hopefully, if enough people give feedback, then they will, work on that for next year. Because, I mean, if they continue this format, it has potential. As far as the music, I don't really think the music was that random, except for the Battlefield thing, because that was just like a regular song. Like
the theme song for the game.
But that one dude, those two dudes on stage with the lasers, that was classic video game music.
Yeah,
they had
cool.
the Sonic 2. I was like, oh snap, that's my.
When Street Fighter started, I was like, I bet none of these kids in the audience even know.
Oh man!
But it was so good. It was so good.
Oh man!
That was definitely probably one of the better performances next to the Imagine Dragon and Koji Kondo collaboration.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That was
definitely
an epic finisher for the end of the show for sure. So.
Oh, for sure, most definitely. And then my boy Koji Kondo was on stage. My homie ain't been making music for a minute, so he came back. I was like, yes, Koji, that's my guy. So he was on stage. He opened.
Yeah, he's some of the best music ever.
He opened the freaking show, and I was like, okay, I gotta watch the whole thing. Like I have to, and obviously it ended up at the very end being like, just know that my fangirl transcended into another level. When I saw the Zelda footage, I was just on cloud freaking 9. Like that's the only thing that I remember from the show, actually, aside from trying to go through some of the notes that y'all were saying and stuff. All I remember is Zelda. So.
Yeah, Zelda was I mean, that was the whole reason why I stuck to watching the entire thing, because I was getting bored halfway through, so I was like, I want to stop this, but Nintendo was going to reveal something big. So I'm like, fuck you, Jeff, for making me hang on to your show for the entire 3 hours to see that. And it was worth it for me because they may not have, may not have won Game of the Year, but at least for me, Zelda finished it off with a nice sweet spot. So it was all.
That's better than a sweet spot though. That was the ultimate.
That was just buckets everywhere for me.
That was
lots of buckets.
That was one of the few times I've watched an award show and I'm just absolutely fucking speechless.
Right?
Yeah.
Man.
All right, so Robert, go ahead and share your impressions of the actual award ceremony.
Cool. Yeah, I actually I kind of agree with Nia quite a bit because I think that again like the VGX last year was so disgraceful. It was such a freaking train wreck and super offensive to gamers. So I definitely agree with what you said there, and I thought that it was a vast improvement. I probably am the most positive of it from anyone here. It sounds like I actually thought it was a really good show. I enjoyed it all together. I also agree with you, Nia, that Jeff did a good job trying to make it feel a little bit classier, and giving like a little bit of dignity to it, like all things considered. And I got to disagree with the other guys, like Alex. I'm sorry, man, but I really liked the music stuff, and I talked about that on my really long kind of video review about it.
Yeah,
But I thought the music was a cool touch. Because like other award shows, like when you watch the Oscars and the Golden Globes and stuff, like they'll do that. They'll have like someone perform the song that's nominated in the best soundtrack or best score category or whatever. So that was like that's a cool thing to do for the Game Awards. I thought that was sweet. Shoving some of the awards to the side was stupid. That is also something else that big award shows do as well, where it's like, oh, by the way, this adapted screenplay writer won adapted screenplay between the break, and so those things are
it's usually
stupid.
for
But
smaller awards, though.
Yeah,
the developer one, I agree. That Reggie should have been on stage for that. That was really, really weird.
Yeah. I mean, like with the amount of awards Nintendo won, I mean, they would have won Game of the Year too as well for Bayonetta 2 as well. That would have been like, yeah, everyone would have been like, what the fuck, man? The VGA's bias.
Well, some people kind of already say that because Nintendo had such a strong presence, but that's what I thought was great because like Nintendo. I mean, I love everybody. I talk about it in my videos all the time, but Nintendo's obviously my favorite, and this was the kind of like arena for them to really make a strong public presence, and they killed it by opening and closing the show. Like,
Yep.
And plus, I mean, it's not like the fans voted for any of the games. Anyways, it was all done through like publication sites and publication individuals. So it's not like there's any form of bias going on with that. 'Cause, I mean, if anybody already knows, journalists don't like Nintendo at all that very much. Period. So the fact that they walked away with quite a bit of awards was definitely rather shocking to me.
It was cool.
But
I do.
That credit's deserved where it's due, man. It's
Definitely. I will agree with all you guys. Like Bayonetta absolutely should have won Game of the Year, and I say that as somebody who owns 4 out of the 5 games that was nominated. I've played almost all of those 5 games, and they're all really, really good. And I can tell you, Bayonetta's the best because I've played 4 out of the 5. I love Dragon Age, and I've said this already. I do think Dragon Age was the next game I would have wanted to win, so I think it did deserve it. Bayonetta is just the better game, and I wish that it had won. Also, last thing, I was calling on my Twitter feed. I knew exactly that Zelda thing was going to happen because when Jeff was talking to Reggie, like for the developer thing, he was like, yeah, and I know, he kind of like slipped this like little subtle thing in, and he's like, yeah, and people really should stick around because I know, there's surprises, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like a big thing. I know people are going to like it. And I was like, wait, what was Jeff just saying there? And then he alluded to something else like secretive again later. And in my head, I was like, could they possibly drop Zelda at the end of the show?
Yeah, it was like a very like cryptic message. Whatever.
Yeah, I know.
But I knew it. People were asking me on Twitter to like tell me what I thought it was, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to spoil the surprise and that like ruin anyone else's oh shit moment when they saw it was Zelda. But I knew that was what it was, and I was right. Anyway, that's it.
One thing about that interaction with Jeff and Reggie, remember when like he kind of touched Reggie's jacket and looked at his pin? I thought Reggie was gonna smack the shit out of him.
Oh man, I just knew that Reggie was gonna reach out.
He like gave him a death glare. What are you doing?
What you touching me for?
If somebody out there is listening to this, somebody needs to make a montage video of all the interviews Jeff Keighley did. You can see them all on game trailers and whatnot. You'll see what I mean, how awkward Reggie feels when he gets interviewed by Jeff Keighley. It's fucking annoying, man.
Yeah,
you can tell that he gets so pissed.
He hates
him. That Reggie gets so upset with him, man. It's fucking funny.
I feel like
the amount of questions
like in 20 years when they're like both out of the gaming industry, Reggie's gonna find Jeff in a dark alley one night and just end him.
Yeah,
probably.
I'm not surprised, man. But
this is for the Wii.
The thing is, though, Reggie, I have to give props to Reggie though, because when he does get interviewed, he gets bombarded with so many questions.
Oh yeah.
About like, oh, where's Metroid? Where's Zelda?
That's why he's the boss.
You know what I mean? But he's trained to do it so well, man. To like,
he's so good under
You'll never get him to slip anything out.
I'm sure behind the scenes, like he'll get asked the questions. He's like, "Yeah, we don't want you to ask this question. You ask this question to me, I'll punch you in the fucking tit." You know, that kind of.
I'll give you a throw punch.
But anyways, all right. So Retro, go ahead and share your thoughts real quick, man, so we can move on to the next subject.
All right. Personally, I liked what I saw from the Nintendo side. I loved that Mario Kart 8 got an award, and I loved that Smash got an award, because honestly, I have both those games, and I've enjoyed them ever since they came out on day one. It's the main reason I purchased the Wii U in the first place. Other than that, I think the awards was pretty fine. I mean, Dragon Age getting its award. I mean, personally, I like that the Dragon Age games are getting as much publicity as they are because it opens the realm for more possibilities down the line for developers to make other like
Well, it also
huge
gives more credit
RPGs
back to
like
BioWare
that.
for not fucking around anymore.
Yeah, really. That's about it.
All right. Okay, so real quick, we'll get everybody's impression here real fast on the Zelda thing. So be formal and be quick about that one because we got a lot of topics we want to talk about. So, Alex, go ahead. We'll start with you, dude.
All right, I'll make this very short. Zelda is love. Zelda is life. And that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It was incredible. I can't believe how gorgeous that world is. Now you can jump off Epona and go into slow motion. Oh my god. There's even apples that drop off the tree and insects all over the place. Oh my god. It's going to be amazing.
Oh man.
And that wasn't even like direct feed. We're watching that on a second TV, so who knows how much better this game will look when it actually comes out.
Yep.
It's going to be simply breathtaking.
Yep.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait, dude. All right, Aaron.
Sim.
All right, Aaron, go ahead and give your impressions on what you thought of the Zelda demo.
Oh man, that game's gonna be the game of the year. I'm gonna say that now. Just the whole, like the grass moving and the artwork. Like I say, you can jump off the horse and then you're riding for like 5 minutes just to get to the next destination.
And that was a little small destination when you look at that map screen, right, from where he was to the beacon that he went out in the area.
When he zoomed out, my head exploded. Like, that looked like a huge distance, then he zoomed out and it was nothing.
Yeah.
Right, for like a few minutes, and he said, no, it'll take like 5 more minutes. I'm like, damn, that's a long-ass little path, but that's cool, though, you know what I'm saying?
I like how the horse is automated, too, so you don't have to worry about controlling him while you're fighting.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I wonder about that is if it's always automatic or if you have the ability to control her and then you can.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna have the ability to control her because
I would think so
go back
too.
and watch the footage.
Yeah, I don't think it'll
when he
be
was like
completely automatic.
when he was riding around on Epona, you could see like Anuma moving the stick left and right from time to time.
It's probably
You can see
when
it
you're
change
fighting
direction.
it goes automated.
Yeah, maybe you can like engage, fight,
Yeah,
drop.
when you like
and
pull out your
shit.
sword or your arrow, I assume it goes automated. Then when you go back to riding, I assume you're in control.
Right.
We can only assume at this point. We don't know, right?
Yeah, we
that
don't
would
know.
make
Yeah, we can
sense.
only assume. Yeah, there might even be an option that you can actually disable auto because I'm sure a lot of people are like, I don't like that.
I would bet. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think they'll
they
do
want to
that.
be able to explore when you're riding around on Epona. So that if they have something like that, then those people that are worried about that have nothing to be worried about then. All right, so Deku, go ahead and share your impressions real quick, bro, for Zelda.
I don't even know what I can say because everyone's basically at this point said what I was gonna say. To answer the automatic Epona thing, it's actually it kind of goes into effect when you don't touch the analog stick. So I mean, if you just want to control the horse, you just move the stick. You let go, it like turns on the autopilot or
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, or it
Yeah,
might even
yeah.
it's like one of the things that I mentioned yesterday in my other podcast I did last night is that it could very well be that if you set a beacon, that's when it automatically goes into auto.
Yeah, probably.
automatic
Yeah,
mode.
should probably run out.
But if you don't have a beacon set up, then you have free roam to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Other than that, I don't know. I mean, like we were recording live, so my reaction, because like my stream was a little bit ahead of everyone else, so I knew what it was, like maybe 20 seconds before the rest of the guys, and yeah, I freaked. It looks amazing.
Yeah, there were a couple moments like that we all had. We were like, "What?"
Yeah.
like hearing Alex's reaction to when he saw like Super Mario World being a tile set for Mario Maker was that
was
priceless.
the only thing I wanted from Mario Maker. I want to make my own Super Mario World levels, and they gave it to me, and I'm happy.
Oh, there was no
now.
doubt. Yeah, there was.
I knew it was coming, but until I saw it, it wasn't reality.
Sure.
Yeah, now it's there, and I'm so happy now.
That was amazing.
All right, so Nia, go ahead and share your impressions. I'm pretty sure you got a lot to say on Zelda. So.
Oh man. Well, I pretty much said, pretty much everybody said what I wanted to say. But like I said earlier, like my fangirl level was through the roof because The Legend of Zelda is the reason why I'm a gamer.
Yep.
So to see Zelda take such a huge leap in like just like that, just from one simple video of freaking Miyamoto and Aonuma talking to each other, I don't know. Like I lost it. That's pretty much all I can say. Um, I love how huge the world is. I love the freaking slow motion like bullet mode kind of, I guess, that he's gonna be having for like the arrows. Like that was just insane. Like Link ain't never been that freaking agile. I'm like, man, that's gonna be so fun to control. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that new Zelda game is just going to be breathtaking from beginning to end.
Oh
And then,
yeah.
like the amount of replayability, I'm sure, because people will be able to, if they have it so like you can tackle dungeons in
We'll
any
be
order.
cutting grass for years.
Oh, and another thing that I noticed is like it looks like there's gonna be like just random dungeons, like when you're like
Yeah.
traversing the
Yeah, they've
world. It's
talked
not
about
gonna
that before,
be
Yeah,
the way that
if
it
that's
used to
true, then that's
be.
going to be so much replay value behind
Oh
that game.
man,
Yeah,
It's
you
going to
can
take
do it in
forever
any
to
order you
beat
want,
it.
essentially.
Yep. Yeah,
that's gonna be so
that
much
definitely
fun.
makes my pants rattle a little bit.
Yes, and
I'm
then
not gonna
seeing all of that
lie.
grass like flowing in the wind, it's like they definitely
It's
made the right
beautiful.
choice when they chose that art
Going
style
with
for
the
Zelda.
anime style, yeah.
Yeah.
They
They
always do that though. They always knock that out of the park with Zelda.
Yeah.
All right, so Robert, go ahead and share your impressions.
Yeah, obviously I thought it was amazing, and I guess I'm kind of with you guys. Like everyone's sort of said it all. Building on the dungeon thing, though, what's cool is like they had like talked about that before. They want it to be easier to just not have to like follow the linear path the story tells you to do. Like go to this dungeon and do things and then be done. It's kind of like you are supposed to sort of come up on it that way, like they did in that little playthrough. And like they kind of toyed with that a little bit in Skyward Sword, like that was the beginning of that idea. And I think that what they did with A Link Between Worlds was like the other whole thing, where they really tried to create this like freeform, do things in the order you want when it feels comfortable to do them, with like the item renting stuff. And I hope that they don't have the item renting thing. Like that was great in that game, but I don't really want that to make it into this one.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think that's going to be part of this one. I think.
Yeah,
I
I don't think so
agree.
either.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be there.
Yeah.
I think that was just something that they wanted to try out. They got a lot of negative feedback behind that, so they're like, okay, we're not going to do that again.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't like, Nintendo is very rare when they repeat themselves as far as like mechanics that people don't like, or mistakes they do. So I don't think Nintendo's going to do that this time around, because I mean with them, when you see Link running around on the horse with the actual bow and arrow, which is an item that you always get, not that kind of thing. I think it kind of goes against that. I think maybe, but that could just very well be for the purpose of that demo. So we don't know. As far as like a lot of people are complaining about the actual demo itself, but people don't always completely forget to realize the fact that it's a fucking beta version of the game.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I mean, like it's funny because people were saying, like, people are defending the whole entire Uncharted glitch that they saw yesterday,
Yeah.
but yet that gets a free pass, but Nintendo doesn't with the whole entire showing up as
See,
Zelda.
I was gonna call it Alex and be like, yeah, see, dude, like even Uncharted, it's a year away. So hey, what's happening?
Yeah,
It's still funny.
Oh, it's funny. There's no doubt that it's
Years.
funny.
Like,
You know,
if I could,
Poking fun at things.
yeah, if Nintendo was not going to be releasing this game until the end of 2015, they got an entire freaking year.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
then
They
you
had all
like-
that stuff
polish
in
at
then,
this point.
so.
It looks like
Yeah.
the main game is done. They just got to put in the bad guys and add some polish, and they're
Yeah,
good.
and that's what
Yeah,
Nintendo
I-
always
like-
does. At the
Yeah.
very, very last thing they do in their game development,
Yeah.
that's when they add their enemies,
That's
their
how it
bosses,
is.
and all
Like,
that shit.
take Hyrule Warriors as a perfect example. The first time they showed it, it looked like a PS2 game,
yeah, that
and
game
then
had
closer to the
crazy-
end, it looked amazing.
Yeah, crazy
Like, if I
improvement here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
within a year's time because they were just building the base of the game and then just
Like-
improving the visuals. That's just how it's
if
done.
if I had any concerns at this point, I really don't have any. But like just going off of what everyone else was saying, kind of like on message boards and things, it does have another year in development. But my only concern, and it's probably really premature to say, but I just want the world to be filled with things to do because, like, okay, I'm pretty confident they're not gonna make the same mistake twice. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it a mistake. Like for Twilight Princess, it's kind of a harsh term, but I just hope the world is like packed with content.
Yeah,
Things
I'm
to
sure it
do.
will be. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to like when you're exploring around. You're going to see like, oh wow, what the hell is this? When you interact with the enemies will
Yeah.
spawn, or I mean, they've
Yeah.
already confirmed that there is going to be like random boss spawns. Like we already saw
Yeah.
that in the first trailer at E3
Yeah.
this year.
It's
So
that crazy spider
Yeah, that
thing.
was
so
something.
that's something you might run into. Like, oh, what the
Yeah.
hell was this? I didn't see this guy the last time. And like we hit you once, and
I'm
like
just
you lose all
waiting
your
for
hearts,
their
you know,
direct
so.
for that, for the
Yes,
Zelda direct,
yeah.
and when that comes
Yeah,
out,
That's
probably
going to
a
answer a lot of the
while
questions.
blow our
away.
minds.
That's no time soon.
Oh yeah,
but
that's
it'll be
gonna be a
amazing.
while.
Probably after
Yeah.
E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably be around like September, October, kind of like when they're going to
Oh,
do
I
it.
can't wait! I'm so excited.
But that's okay because we'll end up getting like a.
When they
Oh
do that
boy.
direct, that's going to be when everyone's going to be like, okay, fine, I can rest easy now. That kind of shit.
Yeah,
exactly,
We'll have to
yeah.
wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
The fact that they even
But
started adding in
just
like the
before we
apples.
get into the new topic. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say like the place is kind of like covered in trees, but rather than like other games that just have trees, but the fact that they added in apples that you can pick and eat, it kind of
Yeah, and there's like random
it
wildlife
kinda
in the
shows you-
trees.
Yeah, it
like
kind of speaks to like the immersion of the world. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do this time. They want to make
Yeah.
it as like immerse Hyrule world. You know what I
Maybe
mean, as
instead of
possible,
hearts, you have to eat apples, and in order to get a new heart container, you have to get 4 slices of apple to get a big apple.
I am worried about the lack of pots that we've seen. But
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, we need more pots.
Hey,
The
we
Legend
didn't
of
see any
Zelda and
actual
the Secret of the
stuff
Apple.
like that in there,
We
so
haven't
yeah,
been
we'll
in
have
the
to wait and
city
see.
yet. We gotta.
Oh yeah,
they
people
might have
forgot to.
pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot to mention the fact that the magic meter is back. Well, what we think's the magic meter. So.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There was a
I
magic
forgot
meter.
about that.
There was a magic meter in Skyward Sword, wasn't there? I'm pretty
No,
sure.
it's an endurance meter.
I think there was.
No, it was an endurance meter. It wasn't.
Well, there was an
magic.
endurance meter, but I think there was a magic meter too, right? I'm trying to.
There was
remember.
just a meter for like your weapon durability, but I don't think there was a.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I
what it
don't
was.
think there
Yeah,
was either.
it's been a while now. Okay.
All right, so Retro, do your little impressions real quick, man, so we can move on to the Captain Toad impression.
Personally, I was really blown away by the Zelda announcement. I watched it like twice. I watched it when it happened, and I watched it like the day after. And personally, like every single thing that I saw in there was really, really good. I loved everything I saw. And expanding on what you all have said, like you like the bullet time and everything, and I think that's really, really going to add lots of replay value and random dungeons, all that mess. What I would really love to see come back as a little interactive thing is some of the mini games from A Link Between Worlds, like the cuckoo, like when you avoid the cuckoos and stuff.
I think those
That
are
was
good stuff.
really fun.
Yeah, they have mini games in Zelda a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's like a staple for
Yeah,
sure.
but speaking of
Something.
cuckoos, we didn't see any of that crap in the actual open world thing. So
Oh, they're there. They're
They're
hiding.
there. Yeah, they're there.
They're stalking you.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm gonna say, though.
Cuckoos are the three major things you will have in a Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah.
Have you guys fought the Cuckoos in Hyrule Warriors?
Oh
when
yeah.
they-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're there.
Oh man.
But
They're
that's the thing that I want
dangerous.
to clarify, though, when it comes to Nintendo when they make their games, is that the way they work on their games is very different to that of what like Ubisoft or Microsoft or
A good game.
Sony first party do. Yeah, like they don't even add their graphics until like the very very last minute. They do all their
Right.
stuff like wired structure stuff, and then they don't even build their characters until like almost when they're near to going gold, but when they want to like get everything all out there and whatnot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So as far as the world being bared, yeah, that's just because like they wanted to show it off. You know what I mean? They didn't want to have that many interruptions because there were
Yeah.
enemies that were there, but it was just purposely there for the demo. So for those people who are worried about that, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just, if you know how Nintendo designs their games, then yeah, you'll see where I'm coming from with that.
Yeah.
So I
You
wouldn't
know,
worry
the other
about it.
thing we didn't talk about, and maybe I was the only one who took note of this, but they
Star
actually.
Fox.
What's
Star Fox.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Star Fox.
I want to shoot something.
Yeah, them announcing and confirming that Star Fox will be up before Star Fox, Nintendo's gonna have an amazing.
What?
year.
You got those
He meant
Star Fox will be out before Star Fox.
got busted, dude.
Good job, Bear Hugger.
What did I say?
You said Star
You
Fox.
said Star Fox will be
Oh,
out
did I say Star Fox will be up before?
You doubled up on the Star Fox.
Okay, well, so I had a blonde moment there. Fucking wanted to kiss my ass. Anyway,
Oh, I
Star
want to see
Star
more
Fox.
about this Star Fox so bad.
Star Fox will
cool
be released
because-
before Zelda. There you go. Before
There you
Zelda.
go.
Coming
There
before
you go.
Zelda. yeah, I don't know. I guess I had a brain fart or a fart moment or something. I don't fucking know. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit. Bite me. Anyways, I want to see more of it. But the fact that they actually confirmed that to come up before Zelda, the fucking the end of the
And
year.
I thought that was
Zelda's
like
gonna have
for
an amazing
sure.
year, so.
I was putting money on Star Fox to go to 2016, so I couldn't freaking believe they did that. Really smart to use that VGA moment to like not only show Zelda but also randomly confirm Star Fox. Like that was so badass. Really
Yeah.
So
smart.
good. They just kind of snuck it in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
Star Fox will be out before
Don't
Zelda. Don't worry about that.
Oh, don't you worry about Star Fox. Everything is fine. It's coming out in 2015.
Yeah.
Great, I got people in the chat now
Man,
fucking saying
Star
this.
Fox
Shots
and
fired.
Zelda in the same year. Oh man.
Shots
See,
fired.
the other thing I wanted to say about Zelda though was that they confirmed that character was Link, which I thought that was cool because we really didn't know with all that controversy. So I was like, oh, okay, we do know now that that's Link. So that's
Yeah,
good.
they were kind of teasing that before. Now they're just kind of like, yeah, it's Link. Calm down.
I really thought it was gonna be a girl. I super thought it was gonna be a girl. And,
But I think I don't know, man. I put a theory in play a long time ago. Actually, not a long time ago, a couple months back.
I don't
was
know. For me, it was always just Link. Why would they?
It's
randomly
always been
change
Link.
the
Yeah, but I
character?
noticed that like Nintendo likes to focus more on like making Link look more like
Feminine.
Well, they went for a more anime look.
Just
And anime characters generally are more feminine.
That is true. That is true. That is
That's
true.
just how it is with anime.
I like the idea when that E3 trailer was shown. I kind of like the idea of either it being a girl Link or you could choose a male or female. I was like, that's
that
that's
would be
still
cool,
something
too.
that hasn't been confirmed yet, though. I mean,
yeah, and maybe it will be. Yeah.
Maybe
So I
there
think
might
that'd
be
be cool.
something. Yeah.
But if you choose the girl Link, are you called Zelda?
No, you're calling Link.
Finally.
Well, I mean, there still is a lot of people out there who don't know who the fuck the actual main protagonist is. So
Yeah,
they
it's
don't
Zelda.
I do love that guy Zelda and that
Yeah,
guy Metroid.
Yeah, what's that Link?
Yeah, they're awesome.
All right. So let's move on here. So Captain Toad impressions. I'll give an update on my impressions real quick. I beat it. There's 3 books that you have to complete. But if you want to be a perfectionist and get all the bonus levels unlocked, you have to get all the check marks. So I'm doing that now. Well, I will be. I'm working on that currently right now. But so far, the game is amazing. And no, I'm not spoiling shit.
Because people didn't know how many books or episodes and chapters and
Now I
whatnot.
can't
are
even
in
play the
it.
game.
Yeah,
Way to
right.
Give me
go!
a fucking
Good
break.
job.
That's not gonna spoil anything.
I thought there was going to be more than that. Now I know it's
I
only
know,
3 books.
right?
I'm
There's
trading
no
it in.
reason to finish.
Shut your face, Alex. All right, Alex, go ahead and give your impressions. Right? You've been playing.
I am having a blast. I just finished book 1 this morning. After we're done this, I'm going to go track some more treasure. I'll be on book 2. I'm having a lot of fun. The puzzles are more in-depth than they were in 3D World. You can do more, obviously, since you have the pickaxe now, and you can throw turnips. And they make good use of the gamepad on some of the levels, like the minecart levels, where you aim through the gamepad. And it's for $40, you get 70 levels. It's really hard to complain.
Yeah, definitely.
And just like even the graphics-wise, it's bumped up even from 3D World.
And
So
we don't know
it's
how
the
the
same
amiibos
engine.
are going to be implemented either.
Yeah, Amiibo stuff's coming in 2015. That'll bring people back to the game because, like Aaron's saying, like he beat it in what a couple days, I guess.
2 days.
But you played it hardcore, like you were going nonstop.
13.
But yeah,
17 hours. 17 hours.
But yeah, you can go back and do the checkmark
Yep,
stuff.
that's
which
what I'm
is
working
really
on now.
good.
That's going to add more time to my play value.
'Cause,
So,
look, one thing about the checkmark stuff is really smart. Some levels you're forced to do it twice because it's not possible to get the checkmark and the 3 diamonds.
yeah.
Like there's this one level where you have to shoot something only once, but if you want to get all the diamonds, you have to shoot something 4 times. So it's not possible to do it both. So you have to play the level twice.
Yep.
So automatically making you play it twice, which increases your game time, which is smart.
Yep, very smart.
But yeah, I'm loving it so far. Can't wait to play after this.
All right, Aaron, you don't have the game yet, do you?
Sorry.
Deku hasn't got it yet. At least until next month in January, so that's pretty shitty how Europeans are not getting it until next month. That's pretty
What?
goddamn.
Why would
Yeah,
they
that
make
does
this a
suck.
worldwide release anyway?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm not sure about
That's
that.
weird.
Coupon, you can go ahead and give your little update impression since you brought up your second video there today. So
Same thing as I said the last time. I can't really repeat myself. Quite frankly, I think it's a spin-off. It's a prequel to what's happened before Mario and the games got there. I guess Bear Hugger figured out something that I had said, so I haven't seen it yet. So when I get there and get done, I'll be able to see what the heck I was talking about. Because I know when you do the bonus levels, you're doing the bonus levels based off of what was where you saw Captain
some of
Toad.
them are, some of them are.
Some of them, for the most part, where you saw him in the 3D world. So
Oh, okay.
when I guess when he gets the stars, he gives them to Mario in the game.
So Toad's doing all the hard work and Mario takes the glory.
Yep,
Yep.
pretty much.
Damn it,
That
Mario.
sounds about right.
And Luigi cries at the
Toad
corner.
treats Toad, man, which to me is fucking
Yeah,
bullshit.
Luigi gets seconds.
Yeah.
Also, another thing is too as well. I will say this, and this is not a spoiler. This has actually been revealed a while back.
Lies.
No, it's not. A lot of people have actually talked about this, and even Nintendo even mentioned this too as well in an interview about the game. They said that a lot of stages try to find the 8-bit Luigi.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
heard about that. I just saw a picture about
he's
that
in
treasure
there.
tracker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of them. I'm not sure if there's one at every stage, but if you find
I've
them,
seen
you can
only
screen
one
cap
so
them.
far.
Yeah, I've seen like 5 or 6 of them so far. So keep an eye out for
Are
those.
they
Some of
things
them
to
are-
collect or just some you
No,
can
no,
see?
they're
Just
just
look
there.
at
They're
That's
just
something
there.
you see.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
but
so
if you
cool,
find
man.
one, like zoom in and like try to take a screenshot of it and then post it on Miiverse, like, hey, look what I found, that kind of jazz. Just
Oh,
for
that's
like,
tough.
extra like
People post
little
it.
extra recognition, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It could very well be a hint at something. I don't know.
More Luigi games. Woo! My
The
boy's
year
coming out.
Luigi is over.
Luigi's
My
treasure
boy's
trove.
coming
According
out.
to his death stare, that is irrelevant.
We are on the year of Toad.
The year of Toad.
All right, so Nia, did you get a chance to buy Captain Toad?
Yeah, I haven't.
All right, so have you played it?
Yeah, I'm playing it right now, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, you can go ahead and give your impressions then.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I didn't really have any expectations for Toad. I was just like, this is just a new game that's coming out. You play it or you don't play it. And so far from what I am playing, I'm having a good time with it. I really like puzzle games. They're one of my favorite genres. So I mean, I'm glad that I have something fun to play like this. It's a good game.
Excellent. All right, Robert, did you get a chance to pick it up and give it a try?
Yeah, I've been playing it since launch day. Actually, as you guys were talking, finally finished and posted my Let's Play of actually the first couple parts there just a second ago. So you guys should go watch that. Self-plug. But also, the game is... Give me hits and stuff. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's everything you guys said. I think it's beautiful. It's a lot of fun. And I think that we talked about this before the podcast. I think that the game would have been worth it at $60, so it's really cool that they released it at just $40. Like, you are completely silly and nonsensical if you don't actually go out and buy this game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And they do have those weird ways to add replay value, it sounds like what you've talked about, Aaron.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And, well, one thing I want to point out too as well, for those of you who are just sitting there saying it's nothing more than just overpriced DLC,
Not
no.
at all.
Not
Not
at
at all.
Not at
What
all.
are you guys gonna say when Captain Toad gets DLC?
Yeah, exactly.
Mind
blown.
blown.
Right? DLC that gets DLC. Whatever.
Captain Toad is not DLC. I can understand why a lot of people were saying that, but that's far from true. The game it's its own adventure, man. It's epic from beginning to end. There's a lot of replay value. And it'll give you reasons in 2015 to play it again, too, as well, with Amiibo support and shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll get
I'm
into
not
it
gonna
in
lie. I was
eventually.
one of those ones I was like,
I want a Captain Toad.
Man,
amiibo.
you
That's
just
great.
say,
Exposed.
if they fucking released a Captain Toad Amiibo, man, I'm
totally getting 15,000.
I don't care who the fuck is
Yeah, that'll
I
be
just
amazing.
pre-ordered
I will
my
body check
Captain
people.
Falcon and Zelda amiibo yesterday. So
You what?
I pre-ordered Zelda and Captain Falcon amiibo yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got me a Wii Fit trainer today because
Yeah, and
that
the patch,
mofo's
Alex.
gone.
I already got the patch.
Yeah, I know you got the pet. Man. She's the only one that's sitting on your shelf right now that's actually worth talking about. So whatever.
Yeah, give me Aaron. Give me your give me your freaking your pet amiibo, and I'll definitely put some panties on her so you can actually look up her skirt now.
Hi-yo!
I'm good. I like to use things called imagination coupons.
Nah, it's all good. I'll just actually put some on there for you.
But yes,
I would love a Captain Toad amiibo. That'd be great.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they make a Captain Toad amiibo and I go into GameStop and everybody's like, there's like a big lineup, whatever you want to call it, I will body check bitches. I don't give a fuck. No one comes between me and my
We'll get
I
some
can
meat.
just imagine
Get the
some
fuck
big dude
out.
comes.
You just like run into GameStop. I'm treasure tracker.
Yo, I will
You
do
should
that.
seriously
I will
go
do
in there
that.
with
I'll
a pickaxe.
I
and
will
headlight.
fucking make a custom
You could
fucking
dress
Toad
up
hat.
like like Toad and walk
You get
and
like a
be like,
big ass
"Where's my
backpack and a red and white hat.
You bet your fucking ass I will do that.
They would be like, "What the heck is this? I'm tracking some treasure. Give me Toad."
I will also say I will also add about the game that they've a lot of the reviews say like there's no other game out there like Captain Toad, and that is something that is super damn.
Yeah,
true.
Yes, it's very
really
unique.
unique.
There's nothing else in my Wii U library that's
You don't
anything
know.
like it.
Yeah,
I've
for those of
never
you who
actually
don't know
played
out
a
there,
Rubik's Cube before.
yeah,
so
the
this is
inspiration, yeah,
definitely
that's what
it.
the inspiration that Nintendo got for this game. They basically said that they were inspired by the Rubik's Cube, so, and it shows. It shows.
Yeah.
You're
That's like
constantly
one
moving
giant
around the
Rubik's
square
Cube.
block.
But there's so many different levels. Like there's like crazy variety that I keep
Yeah,
running
it's
into.
insane.
Yeah.
Every level is completely
Yeah,
different.
all of
Like,
a sudden you're on a
And they're not all just flat. They're not all just like cubes and stuff. There's like
Yeah.
Not
Batman,
at all.
like 1
a
minute
bunch
you're
of
in like a beat, next minute you're in a minecart, then you're on a.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I did this
Yeah.
multi-layered thing in chapter 2 today, where there's like 5 different levels in this thing, and you probably know it, Aaron, where you slide down all these slides and just go
Yep.
further.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like,
the first
holy
thing
crap,
Toad
this
did in
is-
chapter 2, yeah.
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 The one that I hated the most is, for those of you who are familiar with Champions Road in 3D World,
Yeah.
Oh, he has one.
Probably.
those moving time blocks.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you don't fuck around when you play that shit with Captain Toad. Let me tell you, you're gonna have fun with
Yeah.
those
Too
ones.
slow for that shit.
Well, they changed, they made it a little bit more linear on the time, so it's more forgivable. But there's still a couple moments where it's just like you gotta time it right, or else you. So
Like you really get a sense of helplessness when you play as Toad.
But you
'Cause,
can't
like,
jump.
really
I'm
do.
like,
no,
he
right
can't do
there, right
nothing.
there.
He
See what
can't
someone
jump.
said in the chat?
He could just
Someone
run a
said
little
right in the chat.
fast.
That
What
is
did
a
he say?
perfect fucking name right there. Treasure Hugger 29. Perfect. That's beautiful.
Is that
You are on
your
your
other
PA.
screen
Hugger,
name?
man. That's amazing.
That's your other screen name. You're actually logged in somewhere else.
I will make that fucking goddamn channel, and I will just put all nothing on there except for fucking Captain
Just
Toad.
Captain Toad stuff.
Well, hey, after all, I've already made that Captain Toad getting jiggy with it fucking video, so.
That was
God
fantastic.
Na 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 na.
I hadn't seen any of those.
Coupon's reaction.
It's
Coupon's
so
reaction.
silly.
But yeah. So anyways, so Retro, did you get a chance to pick it up, Captain Toad?
No, not yet. But I did watch. I watched your video on it, and I watched.
Yeah, I'm making another video there tonight. I'm
on
gonna
it.
make a couple of videos there.
Uh,
Shit, that
I
game.
personally, even me not having the game, I like what I see. I want more games like Captain Toad. It's really
Yeah.
revolutionary for them.
Yeah, man, I love what they did with Captain Toad. I want to see Captain Toad have its own sequel of games, man. Honestly, in my
Probably
opinion,
well. Like it's being received really well.
Yeah, and
Yeah, the
now
reviews are
the
good.
game is apparently being sold out at all retailers right now, man. It's probably
Really?
due to supply and demand, yeah. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I got mine digital, so I don't give a fuck about that. But I mean, for people that want to retail, man, yeah. Some people already posted on Facebook there the other day saying that they had to go to like 3 different stores to get a copy.
Oh yeah, it's no longer at my
That's
GameStop.
fucking
'Cause I went
crazy.
today. It is gone, and I went.
I think it's
That's
maybe
fucking
because of
crazy.
that discounted price points is really getting people to be like, yeah, I'll just get it
Yeah.
right now then.
I
Yeah,
think the
get it.
price and the good reviews, like it's all got
Yeah.
positive buzz. I think that's helpful.
Like
Yeah,
for the,
that's right.
it's averaging like an 8 for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this is a solid game. It's only $40. Go get it.
I will
I was
say
expecting a
that
lot of lower end reviews for that game.
I bet if that game was $60, some of the reviews might have been a little bit lower though.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of like
Excuse me, I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I think the
Someone
price
expecting
came into effect when it comes to the review because, like,
Yeah,
if it was $60, then they might have to justify the content part of it.
Right.
But I mean, for all the levels that you have in there is replay value. So I mean, it's definitely worth
And
the
like,
full
there's no way that this game is not getting DLC. It's not possible. Just
No,
the way
no.
the game is
Oh,
set
I
up, they
agree.
can
They
just
will.
make more levels.
Yeah, they're gonna throw amiibo support on this thing, like
Yeah.
sneak tip wise. We're just gonna wake up
Oh,
one
can
day.
you imagine we
Amiibo
get
support,
like,
be like, what
get
the
like
hell?
a Star Fox level, we get a Zelda level, we get
Oh,
a...
don't tease me, bro.
Oh,
Don't do
yeah.
that.
God damn it, Alex! You.
I'm
fucking-
sorry!
No,
right.
no. If they're really smart, what they'll do is they'll make a Star Fox treasure tracker and a Link treasure tracker.
Oh my.
Different
God.
treasure tracker,
like,
like different,
That would
Oh,
be
that'd be
How
awesome.
awesome would it be?
and we'll all
that-
pay for it because we're suckers.
Yo, here's-
yeah, little
imagine
links
it-
or little Star Foxes and
And then
Santas.
Star Fox, and
Yeah,
Star
or
Fox
even better
level,
yet,
Toad, instead of a
better yet,
pickaxe, you get a gun, just...
if you were to walk around as like an 8-bit Link on like those like
That'd be
like
awesome.
level
Yes.
themes, that'd be fucking amazing, man.
Oh, what
And
about
then
a
the side
Bayonetta
mission
treasure
is like
tracker?
cut all the grass. For the check mark.
Rebound King's like Captain Toad is overpriced, buys Metal Gear demo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You're right.
That guy, that rebound king, man. Yep, you brings up a good point.
God damn.
That's what's
Well,
up.
I admit I was one of those kind of people that were like skeptical about this game. I was like, man, I hope this isn't gonna be quote unquote overpriced DLC. But then, like after I played a couple of levels, I was like, man, these puzzles are actually a little bit more in depth, like than I imagined that they would be. So, I mean, to anybody who's on the fence, I mean, I'll just keep it real. If you're not into puzzle games, you're probably not going to be gung-ho about this. But if you don't mind something new and different, if you don't mind puzzle games, it is definitely a good pickup, something really good to add to your library, I think.
It's like a puzzle adventure too. Like the adventure element's pretty strong there.
Rebound
also-
King again. He says Ice Climber's Treasure Tracker.
There we
That
go.
actually probably work.
That
would
would
work
be
really
awesome. Co-op,
You know
too.
what?
So you can do that co-op wise.
Yep.
That'd be freaking.
Oh, that would be nice.
Fuck it. All they need to do is Super Smash Brothers Treasure Tracker. There you go. Everyone in a treasure tracker.
It's like we already got Super Smash working its way into Mario Kart 8.
Yeah,
so,
we're getting Super Smash Kart.
yeah.
But overall, I mean, even if you are a fan of puzzle games, I mean, this game here will definitely like. If you're a fan of Toad or you just like love cutesy kind of games, this game is full of that shit.
Oh man, and this game is so freaking gorgeous.
It's
Like,
addictive.
It is.
Yo, hey,
I want to play it right now, but I
World
gotta.
Engine, and they kicked it up a notch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this right now, Nia. If you sit there, if you're controlling Captain Toad right now, if you stand still and you just move him around in circles really, really fast, he gets dizzy and he falls over. It's hilarious.
Probably
and there's
adorable.
no Jaggy
He
inside.
gets Disney.
The game looks like a freaking Pixar game.
Yeah, it looks like you're playing a Pixar game,
Pixar
or a Pixar
movie.
movie game or something. Yeah.
It's a really great
gorgeous.
late
Really
season
animated.
release.
I mean,
Like,
plus,
the timing is
how
perfect.
is it possible to make a puzzle game with boss fights in there that you don't do anything?
Right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
boss fights are crazy.
Yeah, it makes it challenging on top of that. So not only is the game challenging in the sense you can't jump or have any way of fighting unless throwing turnips around, whatever you want to call it. So when it comes to fighting the dragon boss, which you've already seen in the trailer,
Oh man, it's
yeah.
crazy.
It's all
nuts,
environmental.
man.
Yeah, you're just using the environment.
Yep.
And it's awesome. Yeah. I
You
do
gotta
hope that
think your
if they
way
do
out of it.
another one, I wouldn't mind if you could be a little bit more offensive with something like in like a future installment. But it's perfect. The way it is in this one is still perfect, even without anything at your disposal.
Yeah.
So they still did a good job.
Yeah. And plus, that theme song is stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
You hear
right?
it once and you just like, fucking Nintendo with their music, man. What the fuck? All right, so
They
let's
always
stop
have
being all
the best
good and
music.
They are, man. Nintendo has got it making music, man. That's just the way they are. They've crafted some of the best music that's stuck in your head. The first time you hear it, it's permanently embedded into your head. It'll never go away. I mean, even the new theme song for Yoshi's Woolly World is stuck in my fucking head. I can't get it out.
Yep.
God damn it! Fuck you, Smash. Anyways, moving on. All right, so something more primitive that actually Alex brought this to my attention. Somebody wrote an article talking about their predictions on profits from Amiibos, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Alex. You can go ahead and explain that, actually, dude.
Yeah, give me 1 sec to find that article.
Yeah, it was an
Be
article.
prepared.
Apparently, Amiibo sales are projected to reach 1 billion yen. Like, well, it translates to a billion yen in just from the U.S. So it looks
Sales
like
or
Amiibos. It says sales projected at $1 billion.
Okay.
That's what this article says. I'll post it on the side so you guys can see too. But
That's
anyways,
great.
yeah. So it looks like Amiibo's taken off really well.
Yeah, and for those of you who are here, and for those of you who are listening and who have been paying attention to a lot of other videos that I've made in the past, I fucking called this, man, like months ago.
Well, honestly, it's not rocket science. Like, it's already been
No,
proven
yeah,
that it
yeah,
works.
yeah,
Like,
it was
It's not
pretty
rocket science, but
obvious.
we're telling me, like, oh, Amiibos are going to fail because they're not going to
those people are just hateful people.
They're just
Like,
hateful.
That's
it's
because too
already
many
been
people have a
proven.
keyboard.
Like,
Yes.
Skylanders is a $2 billion business for Activision.
Yeah.
Disney makes $500 million from Disney Infinity, and then you take the same concept but expand it across all of Nintendo's games with all their characters. It's a
Yeah.
guaranteed success.
And there's no reasonably priced. Like there was no doubt that they were going to
They're
go.
perfectly in line with the competition. I think Skylanders are a little cheaper, but they only work on one game.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Amiibos
kind of
work across multitude
that's
of
just
games,
how it is. But,
man, so.
but
Well,
yeah, like
I'd
they're
be
taking
curious.
off.
All I'm going to say is that when it does come time for when Capito gets the Amiibo support, Princess Peach better give me something good. That's all I'm saying. Well, and my little Mac when I'll be getting later on.
Can you
this one.
imagine, like, the Peach amiibo? Peach comes in the game and she just holds him up as a shield the whole time.
I would be in fucking paradise.
Yeah, I'll be
Oh.
curious to find out how much of if that's 1 billion yen sales or whatever. Have they launched in Japan? Does anyone know? By the way, are they out everywhere?
What, the Amiibos?
Amiibos, yeah,
Not
they're
even
everywhere,
sure.
right? They're
I
what?
don't know. I think they're just out here. I haven't heard anything about Japan or anywhere else.
No,
Okay,
yeah,
well-
Japan has them, yeah.
They have them?
Okay.
Yeah, the second wave already came out in Japan. It came
Oh,
out
okay.
there
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Friday.
They
Got
were.
released
They
on
came
Friday.
out.
Once
Yeah,
they-
you're right. You're right.
Anyway, it'll be interesting to find out how much of that is profit. I would
Mhm.
bet about I don't know maybe 300 to 400 million of that's probably profit.
See, what I was
Just
thinking,
$13 a piece. I'm sure that more than half of that is actual production cost. So you'd say maybe $4 or $5 per amiibo might be actual profit.
yeah, so
That's a
they make
guess.
$4 or $5 off the ones that sell, and they've been selling like fucking. Certain
What the hell
retailers
is that?
have been out the window, you know.
I'm sorry, I read something in the comment section. Amiibos are for social rejects. Beats off to Wii Fit Trainer Amiibo.
That sounds like Mark. I mean, what?
I'm not the only one. Yes. Just
But,
kidding. I don't have one.
But yeah, I'm hoping to God that these amiibos do turn a nice, big, hefty profit in total for them, because that would definitely help make up for the lack of console sales. Even though, which is going to be going into our next topic here, later on actually. But yeah, no, I think with the amiibos the way they are right now, and people are starting to buy them in droves. I mean, hell, even some retailer sites now are jacking the price up, like Game in the UK. They put the price up from I think it was €11.99, I think it was Deku, and then they jacked it up to €14.99 or something like that.
Yeah,
So,
because of the lack of stock.
yeah, because people are buying them like the value of those things are
They can't keep them in stock there.
Yep. So
Yeah.
they're raising the price up a little bit more, which to me is bullshit. But hey, Nintendo doesn't really have the control over that. So, but yeah, overall, I think the amiibos are definitely going to sell well, and I think it's definitely going to be a nice, pretty penny for Nintendo for the lack of console sales throughout the entire generation. So, I mean, if that be the case, then that's fine. You know what I mean? As long as Nintendo makes enough profit this gen to keep afloat, which certainly they are, because the 3DS is definitely saying otherwise. Yeah,
I
it's
think
looking pretty good.
they're going to stay in good financial situation, and I agree. There's no way that this isn't going to help. They're
Yeah.
probably going to make so much money, and then the more and more waves that come out, and then the more and more games that start using them too, they're going to make
Yeah.
that much more money. And then there's the whole if we get third-party amiibos conversation, which I think will absolutely happen. And then that'll make even more money. And then other
And we
third-party
have not even gotten into the Pokemon series,
Yeah,
which is inevitable.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they will
'cause-
do that.
Yeah, because when the new 3DS model
It
comes
would
out,
be
that's going to have amiibo support
insanity
too. So,
if they
yeah.
don't make a Pokemon line.
And
It
they
would
will.
make no sense.
Not to mention Pokken Fighter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, Neon.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
gonna have.
yeah.
Definitely
That's definitely going to happen. I
That's gonna be
think
where
we're going
they
to
should
see.
put Pokemon at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because nobody expected Hyrule Warriors to have amiibo support, and then all of a
Right.
sudden when the amiibos launched, boom, the update came out. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
by the way, Hyrule
And
Warriors
it's
is
something
supported.
small, but it's there. It's extra.
Exactly. Yeah. So he
Hey,
wants
the
to
very
like
first
Xenoblade.
one, the
Xenoblade
very
did
first
something
one I
like
put
that.
on my Hyrule Warriors the night that they came out, I got 50,000 rupees. I couldn't freaking
Nice.
believe it. I was like,
It's better than one.
I
and everyone since then has been one. So I'm like, what the fuck?
I unlocked some other weapons or something.
Yeah,
I
but I
don't
mean,
know.
overall though, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they incorporate amiibos for Xenoblade. They might have costumes that you can have for your characters.
That
right?
would be amazing.
Yeah.
They're kind of setting the
But I'm
precedence.
okay with, man. Little things I'm okay with that, because damn well if third-party developers had a hold of that shit, they would charge that as regular DLC.
Exactly. Yeah. So you might as well pay for an amiibo. Yeah, I think it's totally fine. And they're kind of setting the precedence that almost every first-party game they ever make will probably have some sort of functionality. So that really
There you go,
justifies
Alex.
the value, I think.
Why did I have a funny feeling, Alex, that you were to talk shit in the goddamn chat?
What? This guy's
I
talking
can't see the
nonsense.
chat.
No, some guy brings up PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, and Alex is like, there is no
Damn
next
it, you
PlayStation
got to it
All-Star.
before I could. I was gonna say something.
I never played that, but I.
But I mean, as far
Well,
as the
it was
Pokemon
so
lineup
bad that they
goes,
shut down the studio.
that is
Yeah,
true.
they're not making it anymore. They
Yeah, they're done with
It
that.
was really that bad.
It was that bad. It was
too
so
bad.
bad that they didn't make not nothing off
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Wow.
Sony even came out and they pulled fucking support on that game, man. So
That sucks. I like Sony, so I was like, that's a cool idea if it's good.
Well, it's just weird because it was like half the roster was third-party stuff.
Right.
Well, that's Sony. I mean, honestly, only Nintendo has the ability to really do it, and that's why they do it.
They had a lot of good characters.
Yeah, I don't know. I like those. I mean, they could have Sly Cooper and stuff. I don't even know if he's.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they had Sly, Crash Bandicoot, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, stuff like that.
Yeah, great characters. Sackboy.
And Dante
Yeah,
with the
Sackboy.
black hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, emo
You know
Dante.
what? You know what?
Yeah.
That was before the new
talk
DMC,
about
though.
next. That Lizard Squad. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. Fuck that one.
Yeah, we won't do
We'll
it.
go. Yeah, that's for a different podcast in its own. So next one is Wii U sales. Alex, you talked about this in the Facebook group and how like
Yeah,
it's
we talked about this in Nintendo-Holics. It got pretty.
Yeah, that went crazy.
That got a little crazy pretty quickly.
Yeah. For those of you who have not seen the latest sales numbers that VG Charts put up there for ending for Black Friday, it was on the 22nd. Right now, Xbox, at least in North America as it stands, at least in North America, Xbox is beating out PS4 right now as far as the sales for that week. Black Friday was definitely in favor for Microsoft for sure on that one.
Yeah, they completely dominated Black
yeah.
Friday.
Nintendo as a whole, though, definitely saw bigger numbers than I think it was last year. I think it was.
Well,
just
I'll
over the last
go
couple
over
weeks.
what I said in this post. So
Okay,
what
yeah, go
I
ahead.
wrote was these are the numbers. I'm going to talk about global numbers. So PS4 sold essentially 1.2 million units. Xbox One did 1.1 million, and Wii U did 350,000 roughly.
Mhm.
And so I just wrote there, this is insane. What is it going to take for the Wii U to sell better? Nintendo has the best games this holiday season, and they're not even selling half the amount of what the competition is selling. What a crazy world we live in.
Yeah. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I guess the other ones are selling off of popularity. Or, no, I don't get it. I don't know. It's weird.
This is personally what I think it is. Basically, like the majority of gamers that like play on their own, console of choice, they want everything spoon fed to them. Notice like all the games that get like the advertisements for them on TV and the web and everything are the ones that are bought the most. Think about it now. They want to be spoon fed with information.
Yeah, true, because apparently, according to today's gamers, if you don't advertise to them, then the game doesn't exist. Never mind if it's an awesome
pretty
game.
much.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
so-
See now, would you imagine if it was like that, like fucking 20 years ago?
Like, nobody
yeah,
would be
Ash was
surprised.
around.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. I'm sorry. If there's a great game out there, and usually you hear about games from word of mouth from your peers. And usually you do a little research to find out about that game. So I don't understand what this whole, well, I need to have advertisements. They don't advertise the game to me. So if they don't advertise, it doesn't exist. What?
Well, the whole reason I made this post was because I was just kind of confused because Mario Kart came out and Smash Brothers is out, and those are the two huge hitters for Nintendo outside of Zelda, which is the third huge hitter. And it's like you guys got two of the big hitters coming out within 6 months of each other, and it's still not selling nearly as well as the competition. Which, let's be honest, is a lot of older games, remastered games, and there's a couple exclusives here and there which are kind of meh to okay.
Well, I think what's tough is still, and you kind of mentioned this though, like they did improve their own sales, so they did make a huge jump, like specifically for
they
Nintendo,
made a
which is
huge
good.
jump in comparison. They're instead of selling 50,000 consoles, they went up to 350,000, which is a big jump.
It's
But then
great,
when you
yeah.
look at what the other guys are doing, that's not even half. It's
I know,
barely
and
a
it's
third.
and it's really like we're all like super big Nintendo fans, and we all, most of us probably will say that we think it's the best console on the market. And I mean, I have all three, and I love all three, but easily the Wii U is the best. So I agree. It's really strange that people aren't buying that one as. I mean, it is great that it improved, and that 300,000 unit jump is awesome. And I don't really know why. Okay, so the Xbox One. To be fair, the two price cuts that it went down to for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, the
$3.99,
Xbox
that was
One makes
badass.
sense because the holiday deals that Xbox was doing was off the charts.
Yeah, their
They
marketing
had the huge price cards. Yeah,
they
the
went
marketing.
like nuts for it. But the PS4, which again I do really like, I don't know why people are buying it so much. I don't understand it. Like it's.
I don't get it
Also,
either. Like, I just don't
gotta take
understand.
consideration too as well. There was a lot of people that bought the refurbished Wii U's on the actual Nintendo's main website.
Oh, okay. So, I mean,
So-
that's a big deal.
Yeah, so
I think
those are physical numbers you'll never get to see anybody cover until Nintendo actually makes a statement about it on how many people did buy the actual thing, which we don't know. Nobody knows.
I really
They've been
don't
sold
think
out
they
twice.
sell that many. Because how
No.
many refurbished units could they possibly have?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
All I
I
know is that
agree.
they've been sold out twice in that
Nintendo
website and shit
consoles
like
don't
that, so.
break down that often.
That's why they're selling out. They only have two refurbished systems.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I would be shocked if they even sold 5,000. Because like, how many broken units could they possibly have?
I have no
I don't know.
idea.
I
really
think
don't know.
that the conversation to me becomes whether or not, and this is like a really slippery slope, and we could tangent, which I'm going to try to not let us do that, but it kind of comes down to like, does it really matter if any one system or the Wii or whatever has to sell more than everyone else? Like, we may be looking at a
No,
scenario
of
where
course
the
not.
Wii, like the Wii U may end up being the third best-selling of the three this whole generation.
It probably will be, but
It
like
will.
at least they should be in a conversation.
It could still be considered successful if at the end of the generation it's sold like 60 million units. They probably will have made their money and it will have done a good thing.
I want to say that it's always been the case.
It's like the PS4 is doing good, but is it gonna profit though?
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, like didn't the GameCube end up profiting even though it sold the worst?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
So like,
Sony
I'm
and
not worried about them
they've gotta,
making
they've got to
profits.
make sure that their systems sell a lot of systems to cover their profits.
Yeah.
Nintendo, on the other hand, I mean, they took a loss. I think it was like the first year of the Wii U, but
Yeah, now they're making money off it.
they're
Because the
profitable.
gamepad
They
was
don't
too
need to
expensive.
sell like. Yeah, I mean, I think they'd be cool. Nintendo would be fine with, I would say, 50 to 60 million at the end of the generation.
That's why it seems like they're taking more of a laid-back attitude.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
spending as much money as they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, and that's the thing that, like, why I think Nintendo is so smart, because they position themselves to kind of be away from the competition, so that really whatever they do in their own little bubble of sales and success kind of is probably going to be enough. The other guys that position
Yeah.
themselves, they have to outperform the other guy. They have to.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
it really impacts their numbers and their investors and all this stuff. And yeah, Nintendo totally does have to worry about that, and they do still need to be successful. But I think they've kept themselves in their business model is such that they can perform very differently and probably still be at the same level of success.
See, but I like that. I like that kind of attitude that they have toward the rest of the industry. It's like Nintendo's in its own little world that they don't. Well, I mean, they still have to directly compete, but it's.
They're so diverse that they're really not directly
they have
competing.
it.
Yeah. They're in
Yeah.
like their weird little kind of pseudo category, which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
It's
Well, I
very
always
smart.
compare them to Apple. Because the way they do things is very Apple-like. They make their own software, they make their own hardware, everything's in-house, keeps the cost low.
Yeah.
Well, and I brought this up on one of the podcasts that Coupon you and I did a little bit ago, but like the difference too is that Nintendo is the only company of all the hardware manufacturers that is only a gaming company, so they kind of have like the privilege of being able to make very different business decisions because
Yeah.
they don't have to account for everything else, and like their decisions are very much gamer and gaming centric. And so that probably keeps them, like their bottom line much lower than the other guys, so they can make more money with.
Yeah, their focus
Well,
is mainly
not to
on
mention,
gaming.
like, when they sell one console, they're selling a bunch of first-party games with it, so they're making
Right.
money twice.
Yeah,
And now
Although
on
we
top of that,
could see-
amiibos.
we could see a lot of that change from I think. Well, not really.
Movies.
He's smashing. He's playing Smash.
He's playing
He's
Smash.
smashing it up, folks.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead.
No, what I was gonna say is all the decisions they seem to make are from the point of view of for the gamer, for gaming in general. But it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with the quality of life program, because they're probably going to tie it into gaming some kind of way. But I'm just really curious about like their whole business model.
I thought it was a separate venture entirely, like
Yeah, I
not
thought so.
related.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So they'll have this other stream of revenue and another business model that won't be gaming related as such. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that could be really smart if it does well. Like if they market that as like totally separate from the gaming thing, and it's like you'll see like Nintendo billboards for like their health product, and then you also see a whole separate Nintendo billboard for a video game, and it's like they have two different revenue streams, and that could be I agree.
And plus, we know with Nintendo recently, with their new office going to be opening up there, was there next month for 2015, with all those different in-house
thought it was already
developers.
open.
No, it opens up there in 2015. They said.
What is that? Where is that? What is it?
It's just right across the street.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically all like a bunch of different in-house developers that work for Nintendo getting together, or whatever you want to call it. It's going to help get games out faster, but keeping the quality consistence right up because everyone's going to be, be able to help and put their input on it right away. Because normally with certain like Ubisoft, for example, like when they pitch an idea or they get a concept going, they have to send it to multiple different facilities, right? Whereas this one here, Nintendo, it's like they're all just working under one roof. So now it's going to be good for like especially I think this is also going to be a foolproof thing too as well for like the new 3DS, and then along with what they're doing too as well down the road for their next gen hardware is what they're planning on doing too as well, to have both handhelds and their console divisions holding into one place. And to me, I think it's phenomenal. That's definitely going to help get games out more. I mean, especially now they pretty much basically have to, because third parties have pretty much basically told them to go fuck themselves. So where the way they're going to have to find somebody to keep getting the quality of games getting out there at a quicker pace. So now they're going to do that now with the this new building they finally have come to fruition and whatnot. So
I'm excited about all of the new ventures that Nintendo's gotten into, because you remember they talked about shortly after E3, whenever those guys were talking about Splatoon and everything, that they have this little division that they're calling the quote-unquote Nintendo Garage, where they get a group of guys with fresh minds together and they think about game ideas and implementing them. So that's going to be really interesting.
And the first thing to come out of that is Splatoon, and like that game looks amazing.
Yep, I can't wait for Splatoon, man. But all that's cool stuff. So, all right, so let's move on, and we'll move on to the Q&A. Coupon, I'm not sure you've been writing. Obviously you're in the chat, right, Coupon?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking, but I'll have to check on it.
Yeah, there's a couple questions that were already asked. There's one like Dave, GH Dave asked, do you think they'll include a tribute to Robin Williams in the new Zelda game? That is something actually that we haven't seen be talked about.
I think they will.
They will, probably.
Yeah, I'm assuming he'll be some sort of NPC or something, but you could pretty much guarantee.
Or there's going to be a reference to him, or there could be like something where like you can pay tribute or something like that in the Zelda game. Since it is
He's probably going to be that sheep herder guy from the first trailer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely do something there.
It might be a shopkeep or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which they should. That'd be cool.
Mr. Williams or Mr. R. Williams or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. There's another question here, Coupon. If you want to go ahead and read one off, that's fine. And Alex,
GH Dave asked one. I think it's one before that he asked. But I see. What do you want the new Star Fox game to be like?
Oh,
that's
I'm sorry. I skipped over that one. I'm sorry.
That's hard to
answer. I want it to be a more polished version of Star Fox Assault, but I don't think I'm getting that. So
I want it to be a more polished version of Star Fox 64. I want flying. I want my Star
Honestly,
Fox.
I think it's going to be more like Star Fox 64, considering that it's not going to have that big of a development time. That's probably only going to be flying, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think it'll be that way. And honestly, I'm one of the few people, and y'all can like yell at me if you want. But I really like Star Fox Assault, and I love Star Fox Adventures. So I think that there is potential somewhere in the universe to do like pretty decent on-foot things. And Assault was like almost there, but honestly, it really should be like 64, and I think it's going to be only a flying game. Plus, Miyamoto, like the whole purpose, remember, like with the reveal, is that he's really trying to explore really cool, dope new ways to use the gamepad.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to be that whole cockpit mechanic.
Oh, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, I think that'll be the focus. I think it's going to be gorgeous. And if they have a really sick online mode, then just forget about it. It'll be amazing. And they will.
Like we got a little taste of what it could be like with Bayonetta. And I'm just assuming it's a pretty safe bet that Platinum is the one that's helping him.
See, I have to be. I've got to be the negative guy because I'm not a Star Fox fan. So
you don't mean that.
You're crazy. You're drunk.
Don't beat up on him because I'm not a Star Fox fan either.
You're drunk.
What I saw with Platinum Games, I want.
Yeah, like Star Fox 64 or Light Wars, whatever the hell it's called, I could pass. But if it's another Star Fox Adventures, which it's not, then I'll take that. Just because I'm more of an adventure guy. But flying games, no, it's not my cup of tea. That's just me personally.
I hear you. But that's probably what it's going to be. But that'll be delivering for like the millions of Star Fox fans, and that's kind of the thing. And that's the kind of game that I think could also entice non-Wii U owners, because it's going to have this very futuristic, probably really beautiful graphical style, and that's what people want to see. Yeah, that's what people. So that could be good there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Orbital Gate and Smash Bros.
Yeah, that's the best new Smash Brothers stage, by the way.
Oh,
That made me excited even more for Star Fox. Like, man, if it looks even remotely
Like this.
remotely close to that, yeah.
Orbital Gate, like, jeez.
All
I
right.
kept playing that level forever.
All right, so next question, another one from GH Dave. He asks, what are your thoughts on Sakurai confirming that there won't be another Smash Brothers?
I
said
saw it
before.
coming.
He said
See,
he
I
won't
was
be
gonna-
part of the next
I
Smash
remember-
Brothers.
I remember.
Last time.
I think we talked about it last time. I can't remember, but I think the guy's beat. I think.
That guy's
Sorry.
worked himself
He's
into the
tired.
ground.
Yeah, he
I mean,
deserves it. Let him take a break. Yeah.
He poured his heart and soul into the 3DS one and the Wii U one, so give the guy a break, man.
Well, like, I remember he was saying in some article, like, this game takes his life away. He has no time for family. He has no time for anything except Smash Brothers.
I imagine
remember,
he's
he
like,
said this before. That's my
But see,
thing.
the thing is, sorry to talk over, but the thing is, like, it's greatly appreciated because if you remember last year at E3, everyone went crazy when he stood on stage. So I mean,
Yeah.
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 Well,
and here,
but I
and
like-
plus, you know, when you hear the audio reaction to like when he went on stage there, freaking revealed that Pac-Man was going to be in the game. Like,
Yeah.
you can see that video on YouTube. It's crazy. Like the crowd reaction was
People went
fucking
nuts.
insane.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say about it is honestly, like, he probably won't make another Smash Brothers game. That's okay. Like, he's done his time. The series will continue. Like, Nintendo will still
Of
make
course.
another Smash
Yeah.
Brothers game
Yes,
without
they
him.
will.
And the other benefit is now we might probably get him making different games, which would be
Kid
really cool too.
Icarus.
Can we
Give him a
please
brand
get
new
Can we get a
game.
Wii U Kid Icarus, please?
Can
I
we
think-
please get
Please?
Or
Yeah,
please.
if he could ever port that game over, Kid Icarus Uprising from the 3DS to the actual thing, or hell, even
Yeah,
make
that would
it
Well, just make a
update
whole
to
new
try-
game.
or
I would
come
actually
out,
be
come
okay
out with an
a port.
update.
Like, I don't care. That's how desperate I am for
If you can either re-release that game for the Wii U, or even allow an update to come out for the new 3DS version to allow like dual analog support, I will gladly play that game again for sure.
Man.
What they had going on for that game was amazing, and the multiplayer had so much potential. The controls is what killed it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so if you can come around and get that, like, you know, get that problem fixed or re-release it on the Wii U, I will buy that day fucking one.
Yes, I would too.
Kid Icarus Uprising was fucking
I prefer it on
amazing.
the Wii U.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
I still think it'd be cool even if you made a new IP. That's still my thing. Like, you know, just like I would
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Retro
yeah.
to do their own thing, and I would like him to do his own thing.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Nintendo bring out some more new IPs. Like Splatoon is just the start of it right now, and Splatoon is definitely showing.
I
It's
think
like,
we're
wow,
going to see
you know
a
what,
lot
this
of
is
new
cool,
IPs
you know?
popping
Oh
up.
yeah,
so
we're gonna
I'm
see
waiting.
a lot of
I
old
see a lot of
stuff.
new
I'm
stuff.
more curious about the exclusive third party we're gonna get, because like so far it's been good. Hyrule Warriors, Devil's Third is gonna be amazing. You can already tell.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yes.
I
So I
can't
want to
wait.
see what other
Like-
stuff is
Excuse
going on. And obviously Bayonetta 2 was amazing.
But yeah,
when
but I mean,
talking of new IP, I would love to see like he's great, but I would love to see Aonuma do something different.
Oh,
Like, don't get me
yeah.
wrong, he has become the face of Zelda. Miyamoto's kind of passed that on, but I think I would love to see something different, just to see what he can do.
I think that he would be really good at something like creating something original. I would be very
Yeah.
excited to
Oh,
see
yeah.
that.
Maybe that could be why we're getting another Zelda game so fairly quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might be moving
Like,
on
2
to
years
something
old.
else.
Yeah.
So there's a 4-year gap between Skyward Sword to this new one, and normally it takes a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
For another
And even
next
Miyamoto
Zelda game
said
to come out,
like
so.
Miyamoto said that he could see Retro developing a Zelda, so that would be.
Oh
I guess that
God.
would kind of
There was
Oh, man, I don't even know how that would even work. Jeez.
There was a
That
period
would
where
be
they
so-
actually they were handed Zelda like right after Skyward Sword came out, and there was a period where they had worked on very early things for this next Zelda, but they ended up getting pulled off of it, and that's when they went to Donkey Kong and Zelda became its own thing. But that was going to happen at some point. That was like 2000. I don't know. I guess 12. I guess or 11. I don't know. Whenever
Oh,
after
man.
We already know that Metroid is definitely in the works. They've already confirmed.
Yeah,
it already.
we're getting
As far
there.
as
I
F-Zero,
don't know.
like F-Zero hasn't been officially confirmed, but I mean with the amount of stuff that they've been adding into like Mario
They've
Kart,
been doing a lot of Easter eggs with that.
Yeah.
We're
yeah,
getting
there's
it.
We're
tons of
getting in
There's
F-Zero.
too many
there's
Easter
tons
eggs
of fucking
blatant.
hints, man.
And
Too
then,
many.
like I said, like anytime anybody asks for Star Fox, they ask for F-Zero as well. And if we're getting a Star Fox, you better believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I
getting.
agree.
I
F-Zero.
know F-Zero
And
because
Nintendo's bringing
there's too
back
many
the
hints.
game.
There's too many.
There's a
hints
guarantee. Like
stuff,
if you
man, so-
played Mario Kart, you know it's coming. We got a
Right.
Captain
Like
Falcon.
that's a
We
blatant
got a
slap in the face.
Falcon,
Look, we're
we got
bringing
a
it.
Captain Falcon level. If you don't
Yeah.
think it's coming by now, I don't know what to
Yeah,
even.
and
Yeah.
I guarantee you, it's going to be revealed at E3 next year.
Yep.
Oh man.
It may not be released
Looks
till
like it.
2016,
Oh.
but it's going to be shown off and revealed at
And
E3
then
next year.
Metroid will
Yeah,
pop up
Metroid will be
eventually.
there too as well.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
Metroid is definitely coming, and I'm probably one of the few people who doesn't think that's a lock that Retro is working on it. I really feel like someone else is doing it,
You think
and
so?
Retro is probably
It
doing
might
it.
be
It
somebody.
might
I
be.
think Retro is making the Wii U one, and I think maybe like some other company, maybe
Yeah.
Doing the
Intelligent
3DS
Systems
one.
will be making the 3DS one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that could be possible too. Retro is a two-team studio too, so who knows
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah, so it really
That'd be
depends,
exciting.
but I can definitely see like everybody wants to go. I want Metroid Prime 4. I want Metroid Prime 4. So I'm pretty sure they're working out some kind of Metro-ish Prime
Prime
kind
4.
of game. Yeah, or that. Yeah. But I
Metroid.
think if I was going to pick another company to do like the 3DS one, I would probably definitely choose maybe Intelligent Systems. 'Cause, I mean, with what
To
they're
do
doing
a
right now,
Metroid?
yeah.
Systems,
I mean-
maybe.
Well, I mean, because the only reason why I bring them up is because I mean, if you look at what they're doing right now for that Codename Steampunk
Codename Steam,
game that's
yeah.
coming out, yeah.
Yeah, they're a great team.
Yeah, I think they could definitely pull off a pretty damn good freaking Metroid.
Maybe
2D.
Sakurai is gonna do it. Who knows?
Oh man.
Doubtful, but that would be a miracle.
Yeah, it's down. You never know. You know.
Interesting.
All right,
Next
so
question.
yeah, go ahead.
Other questions? Yeah.
Yeah. We got Laugh Out Loud. What 877? What shows franchises would you like to see Telltale Games work on?
Ooh, oh man, that's a really good. I love me some Telltale. I love them to death.
I love the Walking Dead game.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, A Wolf Among Us is also fantastic
I
too.
actually like that one too.
That's so. I mean, Game of Thrones just started, and we know that Tales
Yeah.
from Borderlands is the other one that they're getting ready to do. I'm a horrible Telltale fan because I've yet to play Game of Thrones, but I'm waiting to do that together with my girlfriend because she's like a huge Game of Thrones fan. So I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, they could do great with like a Nintendo franchise kind of thing if that's kind of the purpose of the question. You know, like I could see them working specifically with Nintendo on something, but I don't know. I don't know what else they could do.
Throw a
I don't
Nintendo
know.
franchise out there. Let's see what it would work.
Something
good on.
that would fit with Telltale's style.
Well, the thing is too, like, I mean, it could be
No.
like even like a movie series, you know, like the Alien movies or something. That would be really cool. They could do Alien stuff.
Ooh, yeah, I would like to see an Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that'd
a,
be
like
nice.
a legitimate horror Telltale game where they're actually
Yeah.
trying to be scary but also have that
No.
strong narrative. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
I would definitely dig that.
Or
Yeah,
even
that
stuff.
Oh.
Aliens
we-
for sure.
I feel like it's crazy not to say like a comic book series like Batman or the Marvel stuff or Star Wars or Star
Oh,
Trek.
that would be dope.
I mean, there's
That would be dope.
Star
honestly,
Trek
like-
one would be fucking right up my alley.
Oh yeah, for
Well,
sure.
but Star Trek is so dialogue heavy, like
Yes,
they would.
it is.
Yeah, I think Star Trek would be a really, really cool property for them.
Yes, it would. Yes, it freaking would, because I would
Or
be on that shit
Spider-Man.
like shrimp fried fucking rice.
That'd be great. So,
Yeah,
and it's a crazy time for Star Trek too.
It is
because
yeah,
Star
it
Trek
is.
3 has been working on it. Roberto Orci just dropped the project, so now they don't have a director for that movie anymore. We know JJ is still producing it because he's directing and finishing Star Wars, but now they don't have a director for Star Trek 3.
So I'm kind of
yeah,
hoping what he does is I'm hoping the guy that he puts it on the back burner until Star Wars is done and then work on Star Trek afterwards.
You know, that
I
would
don't
be
want that
great.
series going to shit, because what he has going right now for the first two films, I want the third one to actually finish off and be like an amazing trilogy.
Agreed. I totally agree. I don't know if the studio will be able to handle pushing that movie off that far because JJ is going to be on Star Wars until like December 17th, like the day before that movie comes out. He will be in the editing
Well, I
room,
mean,
I
they can
guarantee
delay for
it.
an extra year. I mean, I'd rather see be delayed for an extra year. That gives him time in between,
Totally.
you know, for Star Wars, and then to go back and work on Star Trek, say in spring or summer of 2017 or something like that. You know, get that out there. But yeah, I just don't want anybody else like, you know, really touching that franchise because I mean, I respect J.J. Abrams for, you know, taking that hit and bringing back a franchise that even a lot of people when the first one got announced, it's like, oh, it's gonna suck, it's gonna bomb. You know,
Well,
Star
he
Trek
didn't
isn't
even
relevant anymore.
care about Star Trek when he picked that up.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's what I mean. Because I mean, when was the last one that came out? It was like way back in like what 2001.
It was was it Nemesis? I think it was Nemesis.
was
the
the
one.
final Star Trek
It
film
was
to ever
okay.
come out with the
It
Next
was
Generation cast. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but First Contact is still my favorite one.
Oh, hell yeah. High five to the podcast. I agree. First Contact and Wrath of Khan are so damn good.
Oh yeah. But as far as the new one goes, I wasn't expecting too much out of it, and then when I watched it, I was like literally like blown away out of my fucking bed when I sat on the edge of my bed with my fat ass and watched it. It was amazing. And yeah, then the second one came out, and then like the way he betrayed like the Klingons and whatnot, he did a fabulous job on that. The storyline was definitely good, and like the little switch between like the famous Khan screaming, whatever you want to call it, was actually kind of
like
neat.
the role reversal.
It was like a role reversal, which I thought was fantastic. So I mean, if anybody else can do it, I'd rather see J.J. Abrams do it, not nobody else, because I'm afraid they might fuck it up. And same with that's
Roberto
why
Orci would have been a really great
Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I have so much faith in this new Star Wars trilogy, because he's in it. He's making these films. So I mean, if anybody else can do it, I can definitely see J.J. Abrams.
He's making only Episode 7. That's the only one he's attached to. Ryan Johnson's taken over for Episode 8 and rumored for Episode 9, and I think he'll probably do it. J.J. was only doing this first film of the new trilogy, but he was not my first choice, but he's definitely he was on my short list of like the top. He's a great choice.
I didn't think he was gonna do it because they don't doing Star Trek, right? And then when he said that, when they announced that he was gonna do it, I was like, okay, well my faith in this film just went.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be good.
I'm
not even a big Star Trek guy, and he made me like Star Trek.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, I mean, whatever the case may be, that after watching that new Star Wars trailer, I was just like, I lost my shit, man. So I mean, he's doing it right. He's doing it fucking right. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Hopefully, Star Trek 3 doesn't get ruined, but hopefully it goes in the back burner for a bit. But we'll see how that goes. But anyways, that's for another podcast. All right. Next question. Let's see here. Okay. One from Icy of the Frozen Islands. We have a service where we can buy amiibos of our Miis. If Nintendo actually allowed us to pay money to get our Mii sculptured into an amiibo, I don't know. They tried doing that.
I don't know. That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, no, they did that with World of Warcraft a long time ago. Somebody came out and actually made a service where they can actually make your character in-game wise into an actual.
Yeah, but wasn't that like a third-party service? That wasn't Blizzard that did that, right?
No, that was a third-party service, and
that seems like more of a specialty item.
Thing, yeah. So I don't see Nintendo doing that. Maybe a third-party fucking might get around to doing something like that, but it won't.
Because I just don't see how they could make your Mii character custom and make it the same price of $13.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like it would be more expensive. But
yeah, like maybe it'd be like $30 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might have I don't know, maybe they'll have a tournament or something at some point and you can win your own custom amiibo.
It's a really good idea, and I feel like the only way they might do it is if the amiibo thing is really established as super successful after 2 or 3. If it's still going strong and they know the demand is there, that's probably when I could see them maybe trying to do that.
All right. Okay, so we'll do 2 more questions and then we'll end this off. So
perfect.
Alright, I got, will Sony include Sackboy in Street Fighter V, and will Capcom make William Gray the star of the game?
Oh man.
Oh God, my answer to that is I'm not even gonna comment on that one.
Well, I'm excited for Street Fighter V. I don't even care what system it's on. I would like it on my Wii U, but I love Street Fighter, so I don't know. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Will they put Sackboy in there? I don't think so.
I don't think that'll happen. Yeah. I do love me some Sackboy, but that is not going to happen. That would be crazy, though. Ryu.
Unless instead of beating up the car, you beat up Sackboy.
Sackboy is amazing. He's adorable. Don't make fun of Sackboy.
Sackboy.
I don't know what you ever did wrong in my life, Sackboy, but I gotta kick the crap out of you. So you can.
Would you like some pound cake?
Oh shit. All right, so let's do one more question here. Let's see. Let me see if I can dig up a good one here. What's sort of microtrain? Oh, okay, hold on. That's more of a comical question, really. Okay, I had a feeling that Nitty would make interesting PC games, like if all the fans used on the internet, old school and such. So, do you think if Nintendo were to make good PC games, would it be a hit? Well, given the fact that they've dabbled in PC a long time ago with like Mario Teaching Type, even though a lot of people don't even realize that,
that's old school.
Yeah, that's old school for real. I remember that.
I know because I used to own it. I suppose I know. Basically, I think if Nintendo were to ever make games for PC, would they actually release them in like the quality that we get now on their consoles? Most definitely, because that's what Nintendo is about. Nintendo is about content and quality control.
Yeah, they're not about to release broken games just because it's on the PC.
Yeah,
we're not talking about Ubisoft.
Oh,
I mean, that's the thing. If you guys notice, like anytime when a glitch does occur in a game, it's usually like months and months or even years after the game comes out. Have you noticed that? I noticed when somebody figured out how to use like Crazy Hand in Melee, that wasn't until like fucking 8 years after the game got out until somebody accidentally discovered that glitch.
Like, a decade-old glitch. This game is broken.
And like recently, Nintendo made a patent to put their games on other hardware other than the Game Boy.
Yep.
So it looks like there might be some Game Boy stuff coming to iOS.
Yeah, which is okay because I mean, if they bring it, like they still release their games on Virtual Console, but also release them to like a wider audience for the casual markets, whatever you want to call it. They're just gonna make more bank fucking for anything. Man,
they'll make so much money. It's not even funny.
Oh yeah, and they don't have to worry about microtransactions either because Nintendo's against that shit. Which people are like, oh, Nintendo should embrace microtransactions. You should get shot in the mouth for saying that.
Why would they
embrace
do that?
my fist?
Who wants that stuff?
Embrace my fist. There you go.
Like I don't. When people say things like that, it makes my head hurt.
Look, the only time microtransactions should be allowed is in like a free-to-play MMO, but it does not have like items.
An initial cost.
Yeah, like costume outfits, like the way Guild Wars 2 does it. That's the way I would like to see microtransactions. But when you bring in a game. Like Unity, microtransactions should not be allowed in that game. You already paid $60 for it. Why do you still have to pay fucking extra money as an optional service, of course, mind you? Let's get that straight. But why is it even there?
But what about the speed pants?
Why isn't it
fuck off.
unlawful? You nut.
That is insulting.
I feel like if
that game came out like the exact same time when the Mario Kart first pack DLC came out, man. And that's like, you know what? You per this game, you get speed pants. Guess what I did? I just spent $12 and got fucking half a goddamn Mario Kart game.
Right?
That was pretty much half a game, dude. Like,
well, I mean, after all, it makes sense to have those pants involved. I mean, after all, when your game's so buggy and glitchy, those speed pants will make your game play a little bit faster, pretending it's giving you fucking extra.
Yeah, right.
I feel like going back to the Nintendo PC question, I feel like one thing, if they ever were going to dabble in something like that maybe they would end up having to do something like their own kind of service, similar to like what Steam and Origin and all that stuff is. Like maybe like a Miiverse version where or like eShop that's like specifically its own service for PC and Mac related stuff, and you're downloading your games that way. Which some people like think that there's too many of those services, and I totally agree. So it would be adding like a whole other thing to that. And I do PC game actually quite a bit as well. So it's a cool idea. I feel like that's the only way Nintendo would do it because they're so like, our thing is branded just for us. It's got to be our own thing, and people need to know it's only a Nintendo.
Yeah, well, they have to protect their brand. That's the only thing that keeps them alive.
That's how they would do it, I think. So.
Yeah. They would have to make some service like, what is Ubisoft's service called?
Uplay
or some shit like that. Yeah. It'd be like that, but it would work.
Just kidding.
It would be like that, but it would work. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So real quick, appreciate everybody for coming out and sticking in with our second episode of Nintendo-Holics podcast.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go ahead and do our outros, and that will be it.
Really dick today?
No, really dick today. No, no. After me making that photo, I'm scarred for fucking life. All right, so Alex, we'll start with you with your outro, man. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. Hey everyone, ActiveSyn here. This was a lot of fun. Podcast number 2 of Nintendo-Holics. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Rob and Mia, for being our special guests. And and Timothy as well. Thank you for dropping in, and Deku and other Aaron. A lot of special guests this time. This was a lot of fun. We had a good discussion.
Okay, you know what? Real quick, I want to bring this up real quick. Anytime when we have the other Aaron here, Alex, you can just refer to me as Pear, because that's what you are. We'll just stick to that. But real quick, there was just a comment that LOL what 877 posted. He asked, how much beard hair does Beer Hugger have on his Patch Amiibo? The answer to that is fucking none.
Oh, you know it's covered in. Don't listen to him.
It is
covered
so
in beard
covered.
Hair. That thing is more beard hair than plastic.
Not nice.
That's a question I don't think I want to know there, LOL.
No,
I'm sure
that's
that's
not
probably
nice.
direct. Yeah, that's
that hair
disgusting.
didn't come from his
We'll
beard.
ignore
I'm not
that
even gonna say that
question.
one. Anyways, Aaron, go ahead and do your outro, man.
Well, thanks for the podcast. It was real fun.
Did him play Smash?
Man, I'm gonna whoop your ass in Smash after this.
Oh, really?
Oh no, here we go.
Oh boy, here we go. Getting down with the throwdown, getting jiggy with it.
But I'll be doing my own little like stuff soon with like songs and stuff because I rap. So there's more to come from me.
Excellent. All right, so Deku, man. Deku.
Deku has
Huh?
left.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, do your outro, man. Do your outro, bro.
Smoking a cigarette.
The outro. Yeah, hey everyone. This is Decker. Thanks for listening. And what is the second podcast?
Yeah.
Nintendo-Holics. Yeah. And look forward to the third.
All right, excellent. All right, so coupon straps.
Yay! Hi! Goodbye, Strides here, your gaming diva. Thanks for having me on your podcast. This will be my first time, but second episode, I would say. So I have fun. It's awesome talking about topics.
Excellent. All right, Nia, and thank you so much for popping in. I really take it's an honor to have you in here. So go ahead and do your outro.
Well, this is Nia, aka the Video Game Her on YouTube. I want to thank you guys so much for having me on today. It's actually an honor because I'm like always on the other side, just listening to these, but I'm actually in one today, so that's pretty awesome. So thanks.
Well, a coupon recommended. It's like, oh, we just try to get Nia in here. I'm like, all right, I'll ask her.
Done and done.
Well, I figure instead of just being an all-out sausage fest and having one girl sitting in the middle of all of us.
Oh, man.
Never a good look.
Yeah.
That's an important mix. I agree. It's a good choice.
All right, Robert, thank you for coming out too as well. This is your first time on here. Hope the guy will be able to get you back for more, and including some of my other ones that I do too as well, dude. Because you definitely seem like a pretty cool, chill guy. So glad to have you on here, man.
That voice.
Word, thanks. That voice, thank you so much. I use it every day. So thanks. Yeah, thanks, dude.
It's like one of those voices, like you probably even like talk to yourself when you're taking a piss, right, or
I
something. like
really
that.
do. That's why I have a mirror. Just know that.
What the hell is going on?
Anywho,
man.
Yeah, so thanks for having me on. I do appreciate it, Aaron. I've been following your channel for a bit, so it was really cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. And you too, Alex. You're one of my favorite channels, so it was really cool to meet you and do this. Coupon, I know I've been on one with you before, which is rad. All you other guys, it was definitely good to chat. And if we're allowed to self-plug, my channel is Rule of Two Review.
Yeah, you can plug whatever you want, man.
Okay, word, yeah. Like my channel is Rule of Two Review, and I do stuff like weekly. I'm putting up several videos a week. As we were doing this, like I said, I did put up like my half-hour Let's Play of some of Toad's Treasure Tracker, so you can check that stuff out.
Check that shit out, yeah.
Yeah, I super had a lot of fun. So thanks, guys, again for having me on, and I'd love to do it again next time. Yeah, thanks, man.
I need a shameless plug too. I just put up a Captain Toad video right now.
Nobody
Who gives a fuck about your video?
What the whole lot of you?
The train.
You saw that coming, Alex.
You're
I
such a
know
jealous
about access denied.
All right,
Alex,
so
I love you. I swear.
all right, so as in last week we have Retro.
He's not there.
Retro.
Cricket.
Retro.
He's asleep.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I didn't know I was on mute. I was muting.
Look, I've been talking this whole time and nobody heard me.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to myself yet again. Hey, this is Tim Queen, your retro video game nerd, and I want to thank everybody for having me today. And I hope to see more from this group. I love this group so very much. I love everybody in here.
Excellent.
Bye.
All right, you guys already know me all too well, of course. Look forward to more content on my channel as per usual. And also, I decided I'm also going to be doing another podcast, maybe sometime down the road. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, but it's actually going to be one where I'm going to try to see if I can get subscribers to come into my podcast.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Sweet. That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah, because the Q&A stuff and like the interaction with like the subscribers, that's really cool. So I think that'd be a good idea.
Well, I figure that's the best way to do it if you want to keep your subscribers on board is interact with them and whatnot. So I'm trying to get them involved as much as possible with a lot of the content that I do. So, yeah, so if you guys want to be part of a subscriber podcast, let me know, and I'll definitely set one up down the road. Try to get as many people as I can, get to know them, talk to them a little while, and get their opinions and concerns about like stuff that's going on in the gaming world and community.
Yeah, and thanks for the questions too, for the people who ask questions. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
But anyways, guys, we are done with this video, and I will see you guys on the next episode of wherever we decide to make, guys. So peace out later.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.